Hey everyone, it's Coach LB. Welcome back for another episode of Timberborn. Alright, so today we're going to try and get some focus in on what we're doing. And one of the biggest things we're going to work on is expanding. We're going to move our tree farm over here, if we can. And then we're going to expand our crops because we want to get more beavers. We want to be building bigger and faster and better and stronger, all of that good stuff. So we're gonna get started on that as get these last houses finished. That'll help us with our expansion, and then we can just take some time to figure out what we're gonna do next. Our main goal is to get to dynamite soon, because we're going to need it, which means we're going to need to start pumping out some of that bad water behind us, but we're also going to need metal, and we need a lot better power source. So we're going to do all of this. We're going to work on all this stuff. All right, so we got a drought come in 3 days, and we're going to see how this new water system that we've set up, if it's going to help us some. Doesn't have to be a great amount, but it still can be helpful. Just having some extra water. Coach, what are you doing? You're forgetting about priorities. So, not paying attention. I forgot to bring the floodgates up for the drought. That about... Oh, that hurts. Well, we have a whole lot of water. Probably don't need the water pumps on right now. Jeez, what are you doing? Alright, I need to find a way to get to this metal, since that is the safest metal. That is probably the closest. Yeah. Especially since our underground ruins are both under this pool of disgustingness. Oh well. We'll just keep building. Because that's what beavers do. They build. Okay, we got 1 day left on our drought. Our water's still pretty good, and we're not dried out here, so that's always a good thing. Yeah. So, working on some infrastructure over here. And you're probably like, well, if you needed more beavers, why don't you just unlock the double lodge or the triple lodge? I'm actually just using the single lodges to try and map out the footprint of what my plan is. So, because like I said, I'm trying something a little bit different with my housing this time. So, that's gonna look good so far. Sprawling mega complex for these beavers to live in. The one thing is, I wish they had a storage that was actually a 2x2 footprint of some sort. Even if it was a 4x4 footprint, it would still give me a 2x2. So I could evenly space and not have to find ways around that. But, you know, okay, drought's over. We made it. We had water. Nothing dried out. We are golden. And here it comes in. And that part always overflows just a little bit. Which means that bad water is going to start flowing down as well. How are they doing over here? Well, I got that first layer in. Ooh, those beavers grew up. We've got 4 unemployed workers. Well, let's go. Priorities, priorities, priorities. Yeah, I've got 830 science. I think I can spare 80. Well, I have the 830 after I just opened those, so I'm pretty sure I could spare that. Okay, 5 unemployed beavers. Let's fill up the hauling post for the moment. Oh, no, 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 no. Wrong priority. Wrong priority. Wrong. Oh, that's why. Well, yep, you're a piece of work here right now, Coach. Maybe you should be recording at, I don't know, 5 something in the morning before everyone gets up. Okay, let's try this again. Oh my gosh. Basically the same as a regular water pump, only for bad water. The cool part is that since I set all of this to the lowest priority, I can create as much infrastructure up here as possible and not even have to worry about any of it getting built because they can't reach it, which is what I was doing right now. We'll set that for bad water. I love how the bad water has a hazardous waste signal symbol for it. Okay, so how are they doing down here? Just a little bit more to go. Sometimes I wish there was a way to rapidly set a bunch of storage to the same thing. But then I think about it like, that's probably not a good idea because how many things you could mess up very quickly. Yeah, I know, Coach. Coach, why are you so emphatic about getting all of these berries before you demolish the plants? Why throw away good resources? I'm not at a point in the game where throwing away good resources feels like it should be a thing to me. That's pretty much it. Oh, they finished the large warehouse for the berry storage. That's alright. I'll just keep them filling this one up until we get all of this cleared out. Actually, let's turn that into grilled potato storage because I just realized we don't have an actual storage for our grilled potatoes. So, not a real one. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is going to allow us to test everything. Now that an actual bad tide is approaching. Oh, this is my first bad tide on this map. Okay, 1.3 days until the bad tide, and I'm constantly keeping an eye on it because this is something I can't screw up. It might mark doom for our colony if I do screw this up. You might be thinking that's an overstatement, but bad tides really mess up everything since it kills off all of your food. It'll contaminate the ground, so it'll kill everything off. And our bad tide is here. I'm gonna pause this water pump. And there we go. Boom. Runoff. Looks like they should be able to finish this during this bad tide. Ooh, it's a really short one too. Luckily. Look at all that nastiness. But it's okay. And that's the thing, during bad tides this continues flowing, which also makes it a good power source. There is an item that allows you to cap these. I don't know if I talked about it before, the bad water source, but once you get that item built on it, it's a dome, and it allows those to actually pump through droughts, which means continuous power. It's amazing. They've put in some really cool stuff in this update. I can't wait to get to play with it all. Well, it sounds like everyone is starting to wake up. Now it is about time to get ready for school. Alright, cycle 7, day 1. So we can go ahead and close this and open this back up. Well, our deflection point worked like a charm, which is great. Alright, so it's cycle 7, day 10. We have our builders full, but we did that by taking some haulers and converting them to builders. So we've gotten this whole side cleared out from the blueberry bushes. Oh, man, I didn't even realize they had already put all this together. They've been building a lot, which is probably why I'm out of planks. So we're gathering up logs over here. Another thing that happened is we got the new housing built, so that's going to give us a few more beavers. And I'm still working on what I'm going to do here for the design. One thing I definitely know I need right now is those there. So the other thing I did was I actually put our next area of manufacturing that's going to be back here. Eventually I'm going to move this builder's hut and the grilled potatoes. I'm going to move that stuff, but for now we're just laying out a basic foundation. So make sure that these are paused so we don't want any beavers going to them, even that because they don't get power. And a couple other ideas I have, I just don't really want to start them just yet because they're going to be time consuming, pretty much mega projects. And that's going to be for later. I just want to get our infrastructure laid out and well done. Okay, pause that farmhouse. We've got the other farmhouse built. So what we're going to do is I want to send these beavers over to this farmhouse, but with having so many open slots, I'm not going to do it just yet because they're still working out of this one. Yeah, I'm just not going to do it just yet. It's fine as it is. They're stacked on logs. That does create a problem. Oh man. I apparently have too many haulers now. Well, since the majority of the work is done, I could probably... Oop, bad tide approaching. Let's not screw this up, shall we? The other thing I'm looking at is I may actually be able to go up one more tile down here. It will backflow through here up to here, but it shouldn't overflow up here, all of these levels. All right. Ooh, only a 3-day bad tide. We're good. We're golden. I can turn off these. I probably could leave the water pumps going, but we got more than enough water. And I really just need planks. So, yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe I should have done this a little bit differently on this design, but it'll work. We have a path that can cross over here, and we can put some stuff up here as well. And I mean, that'll work out. That'll be really good. Ah, you're kidding me. Okay, let's delete this. Can they finish this now? Now they can finish it. And oh wow, we have 8 beavers with no job. Things can get away from you very quickly, especially because we're not pumping any water. Well, now that we have these two back here, and they are going to be running off of this water supply right now, we should be pretty good. Let's see, 370, 220 required. That's pretty good right now. And we have planks coming out. So, with those planks coming out, I think it is time to get ready to get our forester set up over here so we can have more trees, because we're going to need a lot of wood. We always need wood. Wood is like a constant. So, let's get that forester. And get rid of this gatherer flag. And he jumped right over to the forester. That's great. Oh, we are lock, stock, and loaded on berries. Which means we are going to get rid of all of these over here. We don't need berries. So I plant oak there. Let's plant some more pine. And if you're wondering, I do have a plan. I actually, legitimately do have a plan. It's really hard to kind of see it at this moment, but I do have a plan. So we need metal blocks. That's right. But that's fine, because we are going to make our very first smelter. Since we are now getting scrap metal, we can make a smelter. And the other thing I need to unlock, the piece de resistance of the storage. Yep, right there. I could just destroy this log pile and then they'll have to be forced to take it from there. But that can wait for a few moments. What is this supposed to be? Explosives. Alright, so then... Alright, our underground facility is done. And that is going to be just enough space. Whew, I was cutting that close. So I'm going to go ahead and map this whole thing out. So that's got potatoes in it. Carrots, grilled potatoes. Man, we filled up that grilled potato storage quickly. So we're going to build another, we're going to shift where those potatoes are stored. Because I need to clear out some of this room. Feels like we go through carrots still way faster than we do the potatoes. Oh, our smelter's done. Alright, cycle 8, day 11. Been working on this down here. Building up our storage monster. Ooh, another bad tide approaching. Man, it's like one bad tide after the other. Okay. So one thing I am going to do... Oh. Yeah, I forgot to do that. Let's make this another one for planks. Alright, we are going to... And I think this is going to create an issue where... I'm going to have to build some pathing up so they can actually do this. So we're going to put another row of levees. And let's hope that they don't, this doesn't ruin all of my fields. Let's see, it says it's too far from the district. Well, if I just do this. I don't think it'll be too far from the district for much longer. All right, one day till our bad tide. Feeling I'm going to put a pause on this gear workshop and try and find where this pesky beaver is going to go over to. Jinjin. We're going to pause this lumberjack flag. Let's see if we can manipulate the beaver to get over here. Okay, so where did he go? Kyujin. Oh, there we go. We got one. We got one. All right. Ready for this bad tide. Okay, so bad tide incoming, and I think this is where we're going to call it. If you're enjoying this, leave a comment, like, subscribe. It helps me out with the algorithm. It makes it so more people will be able to see this if they're searching for it. But I hope you guys are all enjoying this. I will see you in the next video. Peace.